It's amazing. I found 101 excuses not to go. And the encouragement of my boss, the mayor of Duluth, Emily Larson, and my family, my wife, and other people close to me that said, you have to go on this journey.
We've been given the opportunity to have grace and represent this organization, our city, to show love and compassion. So on this trip, be willing to open your eyes, your hearts, your minds, and allow it to come through. Don't hold back. Take it all in.
Nice.
Breathe deep.
And there's many things in life. We put things in front of us to avoid pain, to avoid those feelings, to awaken your consciousness. And it took that for me to move, to go on this trip. And I'm glad I went.
I keep thinking of Cairo and the couple we ran into as we were staying on that street corner there, and reading from a book, the horrible happening, the lynching of that young man. And that town has been decimated, and there's towns like that across America.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So this is the site, this is Cairo, Illinois.
The locals who had stopped, the question was, why do you stay? Well, they're from there, it's their home, and hope. Hope is why we stay. And, you know, that just resonated through, when you think of some of the terror, when you try to wrap your mind around some of the terror of what was done and through the lynching and the tearing of America fabric in homes and families and loss of property, the message of hope has stayed so strong.
You know, maybe you guys need to get a committee together.
And that's basically what she was saying.
Yeah.
You know, instead of looking for outside help,
Yeah.
you know, the foundation of the town is already here. Sometimes you have to build from within.
That's right, and that's just what we did.
You know, if
You know.
As men and fathers, that we have a different task. We have another job to do. So if anything, it gave me an opportunity to meet this man here and say, not only do we share the name, we share the responsibility. But what sticks with me more importantly is how perfect strangers stopped and noticed the pain of people. A soft hand on your back, others recognizing that this happened and how painful that was. And then the challenge when we saw the memorial, the 3 names from our community, and realized the magnitude of all the other names. And I don't know how you could go through that experience and not be moved.
No, there's the picture that that haunts me, and kind of a powerful, frightening, unfrightening, overwhelming, is being in the memorial for the first time, having gone through. It's the 3rd turn, and now all the pillars are raised, and the sun was shining through, and some of them looked just amber, like they were glowing. And I looked up, and after having taken in all the names from previous till I got to that point, I felt frozen. And yet I could move forward, but it was a feeling of total, this horror what had happened, but also a feeling of just total confusion in myself. What had happened here? That spot, and I think the way the light was hitting in that moment and the emotion has stayed with me. And it's kind of been a point of grief for me. There have been waves, I don't know, Carl, if you've experienced, I've had waves of grief after being back.
Absolutely. And that's the amazing part of this journey. Amongst the grief, we found love. We found compassion. We still found reasons to smile amongst the tears. And as painful as a journey as it is, it was a story that needed to be told. And it's my hope that, you know, that in Montgomery they'll have some of what we have here in Duluth. And that is, once we told the story of the Clayton Jackson McGee Memorial and what happened, that cloud was lifted somewhat. And community was able to come together, and that is my hope for Montgomery, that when I have the top opportunity to go back, and I will go back, I want to see if that compassion is still there.
Mm-hmm.